Hi. Okay,
Hey.
guys, we're here with David, we're here with Dad, and we're also here with a new friend. His name is Ben. He owns Kinetic. You own it, right?
Yeah.
He owns Kinetic Skate Shop out in Delaware.
And Nocturnal.
You own Nocturnal too?
With Carrie.
Okay.
Carrie's still the man there, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna put those shop links. David's is always in the description, but I'm gonna put his shop links in the description too, so you guys can check that out.
They're all BLUETILESC.com.
What?
They look very similar.
They're all BLUETILE.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I might have just got kicked off the team.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. So you guys, I tweeted a while ago, asked me controversial skate questions, and I'm gonna pull from that, and we're gonna sit here and we're gonna talk about some of this stuff. What?
Huh?
What was the tweet?
No.
You said what is a tweet?
Yeah, but
Jesus
what was
Christ.
the tweet?
It was ask me controversial questions about skateboarding.
Okay.
That was the tweet.
Well, there you go.
All right, but I want to point out this one first, and this was from Manuel Herrera, aka Mowgli. He also has a YouTube channel. Why is it that certain tricks will not be acceptable, but the same old 3-flip will always be in?
Dude, that's so easy.
That is so easy.
Good, solid tray flip looks
Way better
proper
than any forward flip garbage trick.
But you know what?
Sorry,
I can do forward flips.
Yeah, but
and the other day,
doesn't mean you should.
someone Dre was like, asked me to do one. I landed the first one. I'm
Really?
Like, they're so. I don't know why my bag of tricks is so dumb. But for some reason, impossibles, hard flips, forward flips.
Okay, but I think
easy.
that this raises another question, and that is like, because the generation gap of like kids now that think even if a trick looks terrible, if you flip your board more, they think it looks better.
Right.
Like
So-
that's actually the opinion. They think that it has more style when that's always been the exact opposite.
Circus tricks, I was like, still cool, still really hard, but I'd much rather just watch somebody do a kick.
Yeah.
He's doing like quad flips and half flip, double flips, and all this sort of
And
weird stuff.
yeah, and I mean,
like,
it's not even hating on it,
It's
but
not.
it's just like, it doesn't make me want to
what's
skate.
crazy too is it doesn't look like, to me, I'm like, I think he does switch quad flip.
No way.
It's nuts. It's insane, but
You'd
I don't
You'd
care.
never see Nate Jones doing that stuff, right?
I mean, no. Nate Jones. I always liked Nate Jones tray flips. He said he couldn't even do them. They're like
I'm
pressure
sorry.
flips.
I don't know
you.
Nate
Oh, I
Jones
thought
is.
Reel to reel.
I thought you were saying Nate Sherwood.
Oh, okay. Okay. Are we on the same page now?
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Nate Jones.
because Benihana's look dumb.
They are fun though.
You
I mean,
lived
I've
in
done
Australia.
that.
How can you not like Benihana?
I remember doing flyouts when I was like 12, and I never thought they were sick. I wasn't like, yo, film this, but I was like, this is really fun. But the Benihana's like, that's from like, that is from
Yeah.
like both of our generations. Now there's like this new thing of like, and okay, so laser flips are kind of starting to like Deshaun Jordan, he actually does a good laser flip.
I would actually love to be able to do a laser flip.
You don't think varial flips are sick though?
I don't like varial flips. Sometimes
Yeah.
people can do them really sick, but
I like it when you see like a sick ass East Coast skater do like a good one. I think it looks tight.
not very many people can make a varial flip look
Yeah.
good.
Right, I agree. Okay, well, I think that explains it. I mean, a 3-flip just looks good.
Yeah.
Regardless, I feel like 3-flip will always look good unless you're.
I don't know, man. There's just some stuff that looks cool and some stuff that doesn't. It's
Yeah.
like, why is this car going to be always cooler than this car?
But just like with varial flips, if you have the right guy,
Yeah.
he can make a trick that doesn't look good.
I think it's pretty hard to make a forward flip look good.
Yeah.
though. Do you think skateboarding will ever become stale, community, sport, art, because all we do is recycle old trends, or do you think there will be a big new innovations in the next coming years to change things up a little? I don't like the way things. I mean, I'm gonna try to adapt with the way things are changing, but
Mhm.
I don't like all of the new crazy flip tricks. I think it looks stupid.
Well, outside of the crazy flip tricks, let's think about the direction that skateboarding is going as a whole. Like we were talking about this earlier, in the 80s, you got beat up for riding a skateboard. It wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Now it's what the cool kids do, so people aren't as invested in skateboarding as they were when we were kids. Like, sure, you have some lifers, but now like skateboarding is a peripheral thing to life.
You don't think people are as invested in it?
No.
So you think they just do it and get good at it because they can?
Yeah.
Not even because they like
And
really
they probably
want to be.
won't stick with it for as long. Like kids drop out of skateboarding all the time.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
like, think about. I mean, I guess that's in every
But I
generation.
think
but
it's
like most
I
of the
think
people I
it's a
grew up
cyclical
skating
thing.
with, I still skate with the same people 30 years later.
A cyclical thing. What do you mean?
Just that there's certain times when skateboarding ebbs and flows, and
Yeah.
I think right now we're definitely at an ebbing time where
Well,
not as many kids are getting into it, and the kids who are getting into it aren't like planting the flag of like, I'm a skateboarder. This is
Right.
who I am.
That's not,
And
it's more
it's not
just
cool
like
to look like.
I have a skateboard, and this is one of the 10 things I do. I
Right.
also have a BMX bike, and I play
Yeah.
a scooter.
Minecraft, and I
Yeah.
do.
Well, see, that's how I got into
things that
skateboarding.
old
I was
kids
like
don't understand.
rollerblading, BMXing, scootering, skating, and then skating was just the thing I stuck with.
Yeah.
You know, when I eventually got into it, but it was still very like raising the flag of I'm a
Yeah.
skateboarder.
Dude,
Now
for
it's
me it
not.
was like, okay, I'm riding my big wheel. I'm riding my skateboard. Dude, my skateboard was just always there. Like, I just one day realized what skateboarding was and never looked back. But I don't think a lot of kids do that, but what my point was going to be is that as we get in 2 more years, skateboarding is going to be in the Olympics, and it's just becoming super homogenized. So like you're going to start seeing skateboards sold at
What is that word?
like just
Same
the
everywhere.
same everywhere. Instead of like having your pockets of cool gutter kids and cool ghetto kids and cool whatever, it's just becoming like the baseball of America.
Yeah.
And when that happens, a
You
lot of
lose
the
your-
personality leaves. And because of where skateboarding was in the 80s, streets with like punk rock music and hip hop music and all this sort of stuff, fashion came from it. Now, we just chase, like, I guess the person who asked the question, we just keep recycling the same old dead trend. We used to start those trends, and now we are just recycling other people's shit.
Yeah.
And as it gets
Well, now
closer towards the Olympic style lifestyle of skateboarding, we're totally just going to be recycling popular culture. Like, there used to be in skateboarding a big pullback from popular culture, which is how I grew up, and I know it's how you grew up. And so that makes it hard for me even to be in business, because if something gets really cool and really popular and everybody loves it, I start hating it.
Yeah.
I'm like so over it. Like, why are you guys into this terrible shit? And why do you like bad, awful people? I don't know. The masses like disingenuous people.
And Paul uploaded a dead body to YouTube.
Terrible.
And literally his 12-year-old
And you-
fans justify it.
You can look at that dude's face and tell he's a douchebag.
I mean, okay, I
a
respect
douchebag.
his hard work, and I think his hard work is inspiring.
I've never watched his videos,
he
so maybe
literally-
he's not. Maybe he's a great dude.
And this
I
is
don't
way
know
off.
him.
Yeah, this is way
But
off
when
topic.
I look at him,
but-
I think he's a douchebag.
I know, I get it. This is way off topic, but he was like, he was literally like, my fans looked like he was gonna cry. Do not defend me. And then you get his 12-year-old fans that are still defending him. Like, you love your hero.
Well, maybe he
listen
came
to your
up-
hero.
Yeah.
Don't defend him. It's just like in.
So he knows he fucked up.
Yeah,
Well, maybe there is a human in there.
I think there's a human in there for sure, but
Yeah.
it's still like he knew what he did not know what he was getting into. He knew he was gonna have to make an apology video. He knew that.
No, he didn't.
What? I'm a YouTuber. I think about this stuff. Yes, huh? He
I
knows.
know.
If I went into a suicide forest and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna post a dead body on YouTube. I'm gonna be the first guy. My next thought would be, the apology video is gonna either come a day or two later. I'm gonna get a ton of backlash. There's no way he didn't know he was gonna get a ton
Dude,
of backlash.
he's the backlash only affects him positively.
He knows that. That's why he did it. It's
I
outrage
always
marketing.
think.
What does he do? What's
He's
his?
just a vlogger.
Does he do Nerf gun reviews?
Wait,
No,
damn,
that's
what
probably
do
why I
you
haven't
do?
heard of him.
He was a Viner. Do you remember Vine?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big Viner. He got famous off Vine, and then those Viners that did all those funny skits, they took their audience to YouTube when Vine crashed, and then they all of those Viners took over the YouTube platform, but they also brought a ton of traffic and a ton of views to the platform, so YouTube like favors them for sure. Okay, but
All right.
so stale skateboarding. You think it's just gonna?
I think it's going to get continually more stale, and it'll only be.
You don't think skateboarding will kill itself first somehow?
No, I think
Beyond that
skateboarding's already killed itself. But
But
I don't want to be as negative as Dave, because we don't have a ton of young kids coming up as like skateboarders in Delaware, but the ones we do are like really, really cool.
Like
Awesome kids and really down for it.
Well, there's a difference. There's definitely a difference between kids growing up on the East Coast skateboarding and kids growing up... Because all the videos that I see on Instagram are of spots in parks out here on this side of the country. Like, I don't see anything from really anywhere else. Even John said, like, the scene in New York isn't that big.
Why do shops have such a hard time existing in New York? Labor's killing it, but are they killing it? And how many shops before them have not stayed the test of time?
I mean, the only reason Supreme stayed the test of time is because they created a niche of their own.
That's an anomaly.
That's definitely doesn't have anything to do with any skate shop.
Yeah, all right.
LES is crowded at 6 a.m.
I've been to LES, but I know I get what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I do actually see clips, Instagram clips from kids skating. I think those kids are more diehard into skating than kids that grow up out here skating, and the kids that like.
Because you have to work for it.
Well, yeah, but it's so normalized out here that, like what you were saying about like it becoming the baseball.
It's the same as playing soccer.
Right, and then kids they get bored. They don't know what, because like when we grew up skating, there was a life, like even me, as far as my generation is away from you guys.
How
like,
old are you, dude?
I'm 27. So I mean, we had different pros growing up, you know.
Yeah.
So like, but we still grew up with that like.
Skate shop was important.
Skate shop was important, but we grew up with that it was separate from the mainstream, and that it was like you said, like I like that waving the skateboarding flag, like that's what it felt like. But now kids pick up a board, they get bored because they don't see that lifestyle anymore. We watched all the videos growing up.
To me, and maybe I'm an old dude holding on to. We hold on to our love and our ideologies.
I don't ever want to be.
It's hard, and I mean, I listen to the 9 Club, and they'll talk about the thing. Oh, it's important to have that physical item when you get your DVD. I'm like, no, it's not.
I don't think it is either.
It's not anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not ordering DVDs anymore. Period. But so
really.
But no, I'm done with it. I'm done with DVDs.
We sell so many DVDs. Probably sold 40 copies of the Birdhouse video.
I downloaded that video and forgot to watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
We've never stopped selling DVDs. Like,
I bought it on iTunes.
It's not like Flip Really Sorry where we sold
300
copies of it, but we've never stopped.
They're still selling.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, so what I was going to say is like, since we've compared skateboarding to being the soccer kid or being the baseball kid or being the Olympic kid or whatever, where are the baseball stores? Where are the football stores and the basketball stores? Exactly. So there's huge, big super chains that sell all the sporting goods stuff you need.
And like Wilson and
but
Nike
nobody
and
really
Adidas
cares.
Make all the equipment.
Right. But nobody really cares about what they're doing there. And the people that work there just work a retail job. Some people might be into the sport, but that's not why they're working
You
at
think
Dick's.
that's going to happen to skateboarding?
Yeah, I do. And then, so it's like a slippery slope. Do they care about skate shops anymore? Do they think skate shops are cool? Because if they don't start coming to see Ben or coming to see me,
I don't think
and
they
they're
do.
gone.
But I don't think they do, because I think that there's such a it's like Logan Paul's fan base. Okay, I think this is a huge problem. Kids are so against hating. They're so against like, oh, don't hate on that. That's whack. Like there is some.
They hate on hating.
Yeah, but there is some level of justification and rationale that goes into like hating on certain things. Like some kids are like, I shop at Zoomies because it's the only shop in my town, and they're fine and they're nice to me there.
But even Zoomies will go away in the scenario that I just painted.
Right. Well, that's my point that I'm saying. So they're like softening this, like, what am I trying to say? They're like sugarcoating this thing that they don't really know a lot about.
Right.
Like, get the elitist attitude in skate shops, but like, and although like skateboarders can be dicks, like that elitist attitude comes with people that really know what's up with skateboarding and that like, I don't know, just know how to sift through the bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's cool to be an asshole. I'm just saying that it's like that.
I don't know.
I think
I don't want people to be an asshole in my shop. But let's bring it back to Aiden. Is that his name? The kid from today. Like,
yeah.
And he's like, dude, your shop is awesome. It makes me feel good. He feels good about the shop. Like, what if there were no interactions like that? Like, there's nobody who cares that's skated for 30-something years that just is so in love with this one thing that's what they're going to do, whether they're making a lot of money or not.
Oh, but what you were saying about out here, it's just like, this is like the thing, like it's just skateboarding is just one thing that kids do and it's like accepted. I think like where you're from and where Dave and I are from, like skate shops are way more important than out here, because out here everyone's like, they build a new city park and it's like, oh, of course we're going to put a skate park in it. And like, kid is like, he wants to get his first skateboard and the parents are like, oh yeah, your grandpa skateboarded, of course we'll buy you one. But like, growing up in like Pennsylvania where I grew up, it's like, we're like still struggling for places to skate.
But that's early on. So we're in this place now where California has parks everywhere.
Yeah,
It'll bleed out.
Yeah.
There's more parks being built out east all the time.
But they're only being built because of us. Like that's why they've been bled out.
So we're gonna build us into this.
You're gonna eventually be the grandpa that the mom and dad are like, oh yeah, you're.
Yeah, but I mean, we're still. You look at like Colorado or Oregon, like Pennsylvania and Delaware, and we're 20 years behind them in like places for people to skateboard.
Yeah.
Like that's 20 20 years of work I still have to be doing.
Yeah.
And that's like 20 years of work that I need to be able to do as a skate shop owner to literally keep kids on skateboards and not doing heroin.
Yeah.
And that's like what's happening where we are.
Same in Columbia.
Dude, heroin is such a problem in that part, right? That pocket right there, like Philly, Baltimore, Delaware.
Because out here, like in California, what's going on kind of really ushers in that new family dynamic of, well, you can go skateboarding, but only if it's a sanctioned area. But the same mentality exists out east these days. Parents don't want their kids to go outside anywhere. Nope. It's not safe outside. Don't go outside. I don't want to go skateboarding. You mean no, out east. Nobody.
Yeah.
You know. But what I've seen with like the younger kids is that's how they start out. It's like drop you off at the skate park, and then it's like when they're 15 and they get a little more independence. It's like drop it.
10 years old, I was gone in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I wasn't. My parents wouldn't let me street skate too. Either they'd be like, "You're not allowed to do that." And then we would tell them that we're gonna like go. We'd tell them that we're gonna go skate around Sylvania, and they'd be like, "Okay, don't skate anywhere you're not supposed to." And we're like, "Yeah, okay, all right, we won't." And obviously we're going to.
The only place we're not supposed to skate is the one with the handrail that we want.
Yeah.
That we wanted to skate. No.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's just different now because there are places, and I mean, where I grew up, there wasn't anywhere to skate anyway. So.
No, but I feel like so you worked for it and you went skating.
But I think kids now, at least the ones who are sticking with it, they start off in a skate park and then they start skating street.
Yeah. I don't see.
And a lot of them don't. But
I started skating at skate park.
A lot of those kids who don't, like if they would have started in 1995, they would have just quit skating anyway. Right. So
that was in our mentality. It was just street skating's in the name. You're going out into the road, in the streets. Now I feel like even people who may think, I want to go skating, but there's only Owens Field, and that's 15 miles away, and my mom's not going to take me there. So they just don't skate. But if the message out there was like, street skating, get out in the damn streets, and that kid would
what do you say
change his mind and be like, oh, I don't need a park. And that's the mentality we need. Like, you can go skate. That's why I started that flat earth thing early on. It's like, all you need is your skateboard and some flat ground.
Yeah.
Well,
what do you think?
That wasn't like a personal beef with Neil deGrasse Tyson?
I wish.
Wait, but so you, what do you say? What do you think though when like? Because I mean, like, okay, let's be honest. Like, I think a lot of skateboarders bandwagon on the thing of like, we're not even doing anything to the handrail, dude. You can still put your hand on it.
Let me address the handrail thing real quick. So across the street from BLUETILE, there is a brick bank up to a row of rails.
Oh yeah.
So there's a low rail and there's a high rail. I don't even think nobody could really get on the high rail. If the bank were better, possibly, but the bank's too short to be able.
Everyone skates the lower.
You got to ollie up a curb and then ollie up. Everyone skates the lower rail.
Yeah.
There's more original paint on the lower rail than there is on the upper rail because of people's hands using the rail. Just like in a city, I wish we could convince people and convince cities and work with cities to say this is normal use. Build the city so that when people interact with it.
What if you did build a city in a way that it was kind of like...
You don't want to say, this is our skate park, but build the city and build the things in the city as though people are going to walk on it. So people are going to...
Well, people might be able to skate this, so we should maybe...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't try to make it
a skate
unskateable. Work with it. Like say,
are we being hypocritical by saying this though? Because isn't a big piece of skateboarding to try to be like defiant about it?
I don't think so. To me, it's not about being defiant. It's about we put concrete all over the whole world.
Yeah.
And it's just a reaction to our environment. You know, you're looking at something and going, 9,000 people have walked past that thing and ignored it, and it didn't mean a thing to them. But we looked at it and said, I can do something with that.
I think that it's so much of it is just the like you're not allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been kicked out of so much stuff by concerned citizens. How we were skating something wasn't like it would be a bank where it's like you're not grinding anything, you're not chipping anything up, or you're ollieing down a gap where it's like literally like going from a sidewalk to a street.
Right.
I mean, it's like skating through the airport and somebody says your wheels are going to mess up the ground. I'm like,
It's like no, my
the wheels are made of the same
The luggage cart
the
is.
luggage cart wheels are made of.
Yeah.
It's all urethane.
No, I get it, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of just trying to play devil's advocate too. But I do think it's really mad annoying when you get like the really tough guy, arrogant, ignorant skateboarders that are just like that. There's no reason in their mind, like they have no reasoning ability in their mind to like. Because
on a silver handrail, when you rub paint down it, you can literally take a cloth with like.
And just wipe it off.
Just wipe it off.
Yeah.
You know, like with
Yeah.
or a Brillo pad and just wipe it off.
Well, it's like
Jamie Thomas carries around cleaning solutions and
Yeah.
paint, and when he's done skating a spot, cleans it up.
Well, yeah. So like, I got in trouble by the cops the other day skating USC. And I'm never allowed to go back there again.
I saw that.
Yeah, those cops were so like. One of the first things he said, he was like, "Yeah, how much damage can you really do skating?" And I was like, "Yeah, not like a lot. I mean, over time it does stuff." And he's like, "No, I'm talking about if you're like jumping down stairs. That doesn't do any damage, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no." I was so mind blown that he was able. I've never interacted with authority in that way where they were able to take like logic and reason into the fact of skateboarding.
The reason why is because there's a logical side of your brain that shuts off, because I can never remember the term for this, but there's something in your head that sends up a red flag and you see something used for an unintended purpose. And it's like a mental block that a lot of people can't get. That's not made for that. Don't get on. That is not made for that. It doesn't matter if it's skateboarding or if you're using a broom to clean cobwebs out of a corner or something instead of sweeping the floor. It's when some people see you, if you're standing on a swing set, your butt's supposed to be on the swing set.
Yeah.
You know, it's not made for that. Well, I can do it here.
Do you think that this is good to even put out there though, like that? Because is that a good message for me to put out there?
That it's going to get stale?
Yeah.
Well, be creative. Create something. Make your own graphics. You know, like I was talking about earlier.
Start a vlog.
Start a vlog.
Start a vlog. Start skating.
Start
skating outside and start making stuff. Like it's not all about contests and winning. That is why I got into skateboarding, because it's not about winning. It's about creating. It's about looking at it's about manipulating your environment in a form of art. Like that's what drew me into skateboarding. None of this competitive competition bullshit was everything I didn't like. That's why I got into skateboarding. Yeah, there's a place for that now in skateboarding, but there's so much more to it than that. Like flipping your board the most amount of times doesn't always make you the best skateboarder.
But if it's fun for you, then do it.
If it's fun and creating, it's just creating. I don't know. I think that's what gets lost.
I think stay creative, but I was going to say something complete. Like, what I love about skateboarding is that it is in the streets, and it comes from the streets, just like so many things. Like, hip-hop has changed in a way that's really weird now, where it's like a bunch of rich kids making music on their Apple computers, and it's just kind of...
Whoa.
Wait, hey, listen. So it's changed. But take it back to the streets. I think that's where fashion, and that's where you meet, because you meet different parts of your culture. If you're making music in your bedroom, it's awesome.
This is something now where you're just sounding old, okay?
Okay, but I'm not saying it's not awesome. But what I'm saying is the interaction. You haven't let me come to the circle.
All right, finish.
The interactions with homeless people, with drug addicts, with graffiti artists, with artists in general. Okay. When you're out in the streets and you're just, dude, we used to skate, and this dude named Spider-Man used to hang out with us all the time, and he's just some crackhead, but you learn about different people and you start to appreciate, well, for one, you learn how you might not want to live.
Yeah.
But you appreciate that this is still an individual that has needs, and you're not going to hate on that person, so it changes you as a person as well.
Yeah.
And I think that coming from that, like when we built the slab was this old building foundation. We built all these ramps on it. When we started noticing homeless people started living under the ramps, we didn't run them off. We brought mattresses down there.
Yeah.
And we just hung out with them. Nobody got into drugs or crack or whatever. At least I didn't. I'm sure some people did.
It's camaraderie, yeah.
It's camaraderie, but you learn about different cultures.
I get it.
And it's better than staying inside.
But there is a new plane for that, and that is the internet.
You're right.
Just because, like, dude, if it wasn't for the internet, we wouldn't be able to sit here and talk to you guys right now. Right. We wouldn't be able to sit here and create these visual
videos for you to watch, and then for you to, if you want to take some creative inspiration from this, if you do, and
Well, right,
you go
that's
out,
how we're telling
and you
people
go
to
out-
take this message.
Exactly,
right?
that's what I'm saying. So we're just using this plane and platform as the same thing, and same with hip hop. I don't agree with what the lyrics are about. I don't really care about Xanax and manipulating a ton of women to have sex with them. You can just ask some women if you want to have sex with them, and a lot of them are down. You don't have to
I'm old,
manipulate
okay?
them.
I admit it. You
but-
got me.
No, but I'm just saying though, like you have SoundCloud and like all these other mediums.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have
And those
kids.
are community.
You have-
Only as old as your gray beard makes you look.
I know, goddammit.
You don't need these fancy and expensive computers to make that kind of stuff. All you need is a fucking iPhone. Everybody has one of these. You don't need this camera to make a
No,
video.
everybody has
You
one.
have an iPhone. Spencer makes everything, all of his content from an iPhone.
Yeah.
And he works off of like.
Well, so
he
yeah,
uses
so we
iMovie.
have all this stuff, and we should be able to have more of a community. But why does it feel like the community is less? Because people don't go
I think that's
outside
just
as
your-
much anymore.
I don't know. I think people go outside. I'm always outside.
Dude, I
You
feel
live in
like
California.
yeah, exactly. You live in
Wow.
California, like
Hey, you guys, I'm gonna wrap this up simply because we filmed way longer than I intended to, and this is a lot of footage and a huge discussion. But yeah, we answered a couple of those questions. I'm gonna make some more videos with Dave and possibly Ben too if he wants. Throughout the rest of the week while they're here for agenda. So I'll get back to you guys on some of those other questions. Links in description for both shops. David
yeah.
is always
Follow
in there.
Ben's YouTube channel.
Hey, dude, really? Shut up. Let's finally get. Sorry, I keep smacking your knee.
It's alright.
Sorry. Let's get David to like 5,000 subscribers finally, please.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell?
Subscribe
I know
to
I've
him.
been slacking.
Yeah, but subscribe to his channel.
I
It's
haven't
really
been
awesome.
slacking.
And I have a discount code that's in the description. If you want to buy any Blue Tile gear, you get 20% off. Should we make another T-shirt?
Yeah, let's make some more T-shirts.
All right, cool. We'll keep you updated on that. Bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I told you 8! Oh my god.
I am the one, the way your son knows.
Dale, you know how to do this better than I do, right? Tell the truth.